Start your week by installing your game plan.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the Denver Broncos behind their new signal caller, Case Keenum, as they get set to take on the rookie, Lamar Jackson, and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't.
The Ravens offense set to go now as they'll have it on this opening drive of the contest. On the ground with their leading rusher from a season ago, it's Alex Collins. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. The numbers for Collins last week: 12 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Jackson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. They're connecting here with DJ Shark. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson, forced out to his left. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And that's exactly why the Ravens drafted him, added him to their stable after drafting Hayden Hurst in the 1st round. A second tight end who can catch the football. He looks like a guy who's going to line up on the line of scrimmage and mash you in the running game as a blocker. But his best attributes, splitting out, catching the football almost as an extra wide receiver. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews. So it's 3rd down, ball inside the red zone, and his defense looking to get the stop they need. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. So here we go, back to the action. Football in the red zone, and a big 3rd down play coming up for this defense. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Let's go.
Keenum going to throw. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders. This offense knocking on the door now. They are set up in great position. 1st and goal, the ball at the 2. This offense knocking on the door now. They are set up in great position. 1st and goal, the ball at the 2. Being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Sanders has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Keenum. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a second down. The Broncos in the hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. Throwing now is Keenum. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Keenum now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Again, Keenum. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Keenum now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10. Keenum to throw again. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal. Keenum throwing once more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Deshaun Hamilton as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it first and 10. On first and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin at Bank of America Stadium. Cincinnati in town to take on Carolina. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, it's over to our nation's capital to check on the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Devontae Adams, a touchdown reception.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Here's Collins. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Domata Peko, the one to get him down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
All right, now look at 50.
On second down, here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jackson on 1st down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. Jackson now. This will be caught just inside the 10. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now Keenum. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Terrell Suggs not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get the 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He'll get it up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, two-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now Collins, a little juke, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On 3rd down, Jackson dancing to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The Broncos in the hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. Now Keenum, over the middle, complete. That's Sanders. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Keenum. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily. And
taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. This will be caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Keenum. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Baltimore, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Denver, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.